you can think, talk, and walk African. Because the way you behave and all that can be influenced by three things. Where you stand, and if you're standing in Sandton and you're talking about Nakuru, there's nothing to talk about. If you're standing in Cape Town, it's beautiful, but you cannot talk about Windhoek. You can't talk about Luanda. You cannot talk about Benin or any of the African countries. The best way is to be in the countries. And these days, it's amazing how safe and how easy it is to get around the continent if you're traveling on business. Secondly, the way you think. We have this complex in South Africa, I'm afraid to say with respect, that when we go out of South Africa to do business elsewhere, we are offering salvation. We are offering redemption. We are out there to improve people. Now, I don't know about you, but I grew up in a rural area. I can tell you what we didn't like. We didn't like a fast-talking Johannesburger coming into the village, stealing our women, telling us we were not this, we were that, we were too slow there, we don't get it. We did everything to antagonize that kind of an upstart. And that's often what happens to us when we go into Nairobi, we go into Lagos. And lastly, I say, the way you behave. I used to advise clients when I worked for EY, and one of my clients said, I want to go into Angola, and I want to go into Kenya, and I want to go into Ghana. So I said, let's start with East Africa. It's the area I'm more comfortable with. So I set up appointments in Nairobi. And I tell him, you know, the 24th to 27th of September, we are in Nairobi. We have meetings. He says, oh, okay. British executive. Looked. Name was Nigerian, but he was not thinking and talking the right language. So he said, so when are the meetings? And I say, 24th, 27th of September. He says, yeah, but give me an itinerary. I say, your itinerary is, you fly on the 24th, land in Nairobi, you fly out on the 27th. He had 2 times the meetings he thought he was going to have once he landed. You get a better response if they find out you are calling from Kajansi or you're calling from part of the country than if you're in South Africa saying, give me an itinerary. Now, that kind of conduct you can't teach people. I had to say, trust me.